your incredible support of the AHA and that you're joining our program today. As we get started, please take a moment and drop in the chat what city you're joining us from and what you love about the Heart Walk. Today's program is intended to energize your Heart Walk efforts as you think through your plans for this year's campaign. You'll hear from your peers on how they've rallied their companies, employees, vendors, friends, and families to support those affected by heart disease and stroke. We'll also share our new Heart Walk coach experience that will make being a coach this year even more rewarding. It's our way of saying thank you for the leadership our coaches provide in rallying thousands of walkers across the nation. Trust me, all of you may want to sign up as a coach after you hear what's coming. Your leadership and support of the Heart Walk within your organization is saving lives and improving the health of your employees and your communities. The funds you raise help reduce ongoing risk for heart disease by helping people reduce their risk factors, by learning to self-monitor their blood pressure, or understanding the importance of quitting smoking or vaping. We help communities provide access to healthy foods, and we fund critical research to advance medical technologies that save lives. You make all of this happen, and we are so glad to have your support. So let's get started with our program today. First up, we'll hear from our friends at Raymond James and Associates, who have been supporting the Heart Walk for 12 years now. Joining us are President and CEO of Raymond James and Associates, Tosh Elwin, who is live with us today, and Senior Manager for Branch Change Management, Amanda Pilcher, who will share how their team has raised, get this, over the last 11 years, a collective $2.4 million for the American Heart Association. Tosh, thanks for being here. Raymond James does such a tremendous job with the Heart Walk year in and year out for 12 years now. To surpass your goal on a yearly basis, you have a few strategies that I think are keys to your success. Keep me honest here. You engage your executives to lead by example through Executives with Heart. You invite your business partners to support your campaign. You've got a really good internal planning committee, and you recruit coaches that help personally invite all employees to participate. We're excited to hear from you about your successes and the many takeaways you'll share from that work at any size company. Could you share with us why Raymond James is all in for the American Heart Association and why you personally lead your company's support as the Heart Walk Executive Champion?
Well, good afternoon, Michael, and thanks so much to you and to the American Heart Association for inviting me to join today, and really appreciate everyone that's on the call today as well. In terms of why is Raymond James so passionate about the mission of the AHA? I would say at first it begins with the philanthropic culture that has long existed here at Raymond James, but more specifically to the AHA. Heart disease and stroke is something that has touched every single one of us, whether directly or indirectly, and so I think, sadly so, there's really not a one of us that is lacking for a why, if you will. But it was really just one why that really inspired so many of us at Raymond James to rally behind the AHA and its mission, and that was that of one of our long tenured associates, who very tragically, she and her husband lost their son, Kyle, when he was in high school to a congenital heart defect. And she made it her personal mission to make sure that no other parents would have to endure what she and her husband did. And she really single-handedly took her why and turned Kyle's legacy into such a positive that while so many of us, myself included, have our own whys, we just couldn't help but get really excited and really passionate around the important work that the AHA is doing.
Yeah, an incredibly powerful story and a great reminder of how this can impact anybody. Tosh, can you share with us how you've been able to get so many executives to rally around your Heart Walk campaign?
Well, I think it's really important to start early and to stay on a timeline, and preparation is the key to success in so many things. And it's certainly been key to our success at Raymond James in terms of the Heart Walk. We think it's really important to lead by example. So within Raymond James, we have some 20 plus executives with heart that are committed to that year in and year out. And it's really, it's an opportunity for us to demonstrate through the Heart Walk our values as a company. And we can showcase all of the many executives within the firm that are participating and to have them show up and be recognized by the AHA. And I think that sends such a strong and important message, not only internally to the community in which we live and work, that we're committed to this. And for example, we just recently held our local Executives with Heart kickoff event here in Tampa Bay, and the room was at capacity, and there were a number of my Raymond James colleagues from our executive team that were already signed up again to support it this year. And so it acts as such a great kickstart to our fundraising efforts early on, and we're typically already halfway to our fundraising goal before we even do the official company-wide kickoff, which is months before the walk. I think it's also important to really highlight and celebrate the power of collective efforts and to really speak their language and to stress the opportunity and the ability to make personal gifts, including, and certainly near and dear to our heart as a wealth management firm, a reminder of the power of donating either via stock or donor advised funds to make their personal gifts as well. And what our executives have proven is that you can raise money really quickly and quite frankly with little effort if you have a really intentional focus on a collective goal and you announce it early. And as I said, you take action early and you get ahead of the game, so to speak.
Lots of good insights, and my favorite would be that leading by example. It's just so important. You also have a really successful business partner campaign where you've invited your vendors to support your efforts. And if I've got this number right, it raised $120,000 last year. Pretty impressive. Tosh, can you share more about that and how your business partners responded to supporting the campaign?
Sure. Yeah, happy to, Michael. The vendor campaign has absolutely been one of the cornerstones of the success that we've had at Raymond James. And what we've done, again, from a planning standpoint, is we've developed a structure in which we have two leads within the firm that are helping us manage those business partner relationships. One is a volunteer relationship holder for the majority of the vendor partner relationships that we enjoy at our firm. And then the other is one of our senior leaders in our legal counsel, and he's working to target a totally different audience. And then again, as you heard me say just a moment ago, start early. We begin our business partner asks about 9 months before the walk date, and then we're trying to create leadership exposure opportunities as well with this. And so, for example, as part of our asks, we'll communicate to our business partners that all business partners that donate by X date will be entered into an opportunity to have some one-on-one FaceTime with one of our senior leaders. This year, for example, to make that even more fun, we're going to be raffling off to all of the business partners that donate above a certain level an opportunity to have a wood-fired homemade backyard pizza at my home, and we'll host them and up to 10 folks from their team. And again, it's a way to make this fun. But I think if there's any one takeaway from the successes we've had, it would be this, and that is, as I like to say, it's ask early and ask often.
Thank you, Tosh, and thank you for joining us today. We know you have to sign off, but we can't thank you enough for joining us. Congratulations on a great Executive with Heart event. And so now we're going to turn it over to Amanda Pilcher, company leader for Raymond James. Amanda wanted to be with us today but she was traveling. The great news is she was able to sit down with me and share some of her tips for success that they use at Raymond James and how she and Tosh have organized their roles. Take a look.
Amanda, thank you so much for being a part of our summit. Can you tell us how your role as company leader works in partnership with Tosh as the executive champion? Why does this partnership work? And what are your keys to success as the company leader?
Well, I have to say that being able to work with Tosh is a dream. As our executive champion, he is able to recruit our executives to give generously, and then just have to drive support through the rest of the company. So my main role is the employee recruitment as walkers, and keeping them engaged. From our experience, we found that supporting the campaign is really easy as long as we build a plan. Just like all of you are here today, I love this summit because it helps me stop and think ahead. We usually have our first internal planning meetings well before the campaign starts. So we usually start talking in March before the November event. We schedule out what needs to happen and when, and who we need to engage for kickoffs and other activities in the months leading up. We treat it just like any other company-wide initiative. We plan early, so our approach to the Heart Walk campaign has the same discipline. If we're organized, it's a really great, easy experience for our associates, as well as those of us involved on the Heart Walk committee. It keeps us feeling rushed, and it just makes everything flow more easily. So speaking of my committee, we recruited a committee that for people to be responsible for specific areas that play to their strengths. It gives other associates, as well as myself, practice in leadership, a way to show that we have other talents in the company, and it's been fantastic. So we generally have a business partner outreach. Somebody, you heard Tosh talk about that earlier. We have an internal communication and Coach Connect calls for the whole organization, and I'll talk about Coach Connect in a little bit. And then we have just general communication for all of our different departments. Our committee usually meets every other week for us over the summer, starting to be every week as we start ramping up in September. And then we keep meeting every week in addition to our regular Coach Connect calls. And of course, our Heart staff partner is always with us on those calls.
Yeah, love that. It's so great. I love how you think about it and how you would approach like any other company initiative, and how having a plan is really appreciated by your employees. Amanda, you oversee coach and walker recruitment and engagement. Three important things. Can you share why the coaches are so important, why you recruit, how you recruit and how you engage with them?
Oh, absolutely. Without our coaches, our Heart Walk would not be as successful as it is. Our coaches are a way to engage even more employees, give them also leadership benefits and training for running their team, and it keeps them connected. They're the personal connection within their own department, asking their own coworkers or family and friends to join us in the campaign. This motivates them. We celebrate them. It's extremely personal. That really, really helps increase our engagement, and it makes it meaningful for everybody that participates. I couldn't do this without so many coaches. We strive to recruit at least one coach for every 50 employees to help manage the campaign, which is what the AHA recommends, and it absolutely works. Our coach recruitment and employee engagement has really become a year-round activity as part of our company culture. From Wear Red Day in February to our official Heart Walk season, we make sure that our employees are regularly hearing the heart health messages and know about the opportunities that support our efforts. So one of the ways that I keep my coaches engaged is I host weekly Coach Connect calls for the 8 weeks leading up to our Heart Walk. My AHA partner has put together a fantastic template for us that we use. We have some standard slides where we always show our progress to our goal, number of coaches, number of walkers, funds raised. We always have our save the date for when our Heart Walk is. But then in the middle, every week I try to focus on a different aspect of the campaign. Early in the campaign with the coaches, it's using the templates available on the AHA website to get them to recruit walkers, to get them to recruit other coaches. Then it moves into using the templated emails and how they can find them and use them to help fundraise, how they can connect to Facebook, how they can sign up for the challenge. And then as we get closer, we start looking at other aspects of things and templates that are available through the Heart Walk website. It really helps them feel like they're engaged. It gives them the tools to actually take a step forward without having to come up with everything on their own. We also try to make sure that our executives are involved at our kickoff meetings. We have midpoint meetings. We do a rally day, and being able to hear that our executives are committed as well as our associates just is another way that really, really drives engagement and feeling like they're appreciated for their participation. So one of the things that helps me the most as the campaign lead at Raymond James is that through the AHA website, I also have access to reports from the number of walkers that we've recruited to the funds that we've raised. It helps me see where we are, where everything stands. You can see who's downloaded the app, who's connected themselves to Facebook. It's really kind of awesome. And it really helps you know where you need to focus on in your organization on which aspect of engagement you need to promote more. If you haven't checked these resources out, get with your AHA staff partner who can show you how to use them. They're super easy, just like the templates, and you have everything at your fingertips whenever you need it.
Awesome. So glad to hear it's easy and so user-friendly. Thank you, Amanda. Incredible insights into the Raymond James campaign. Appreciate your leadership and good luck on another great year.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
Amanda, we really appreciate how you plan early to make managing the campaign so easy and how you understand this is an amazing employee engagement opportunity. As you heard Amanda say, we recommend you build a plan to recruit at least one coach for every 50 employees in your company to make this manageable for you and our coaches and more personal for all the walkers. It's also a personal way to keep all of your walkers feeling connected. Amanda shared such great tips, and we appreciate hearing about her Heart Walk experiences to help everyone on today's call think about the strategies they want to take back, no matter what size their organization is. That's the perfect way to get into our next segment, where we asked executive champions and company leaders from across the country to share their advice for fellow executive champions and company leaders to be successful. Let's hear what advice your peers had to offer.
And I'm the Vice President of Patient Care Services and Hospital Affairs at Rush University Medical Center. And I was this year's American Heart Association Co-Executive Champion. I've got 5 quick tips. 1, engage. 2, be patient. 3, set a stretch goal. 4, have fun. And 5, bring your marketing and communications team on board. Those are my tips. Thank you.
Hi, this is Scott Wooten, Board Chair of the Northeast Florida Heart Association. The most important thing is that you bring your passion, you bring your friends, and that you help build the team of leaders around you for this life-saving mission.
Make sure everyone feels included. Once you get everyone on board and to feel included and a part of that vision and where you're trying to go, it goes a long ways. It goes a long ways with the team members that work at your company. It goes a long ways with everyone involved. The more people feel involved and engaged, the more they'll want to participate. And obviously participation is the biggest thing. You know, the fact that we could give back to the communities that our sites were involved with, that was a big deal. Our team members loved the fact that they could give back to the communities that they work in every single day.
They say good advice is rarer than rubies. Thank you to all our volunteer leaders who shared those gems from around the country. Before we hear from our next guest, take a moment to share in the chat why you support the AHA, or perhaps who you walk in honor of. We'd love to hear from you. Now we're heading over to Greenville, South Carolina to hear from another executive champion. Joining us from Regional Management is CMO Jim Ryan. Regional Management recently finished up their 3rd annual campaign in support of the AHA, and as a company, they have raised more than $250,000. That is simply amazing. We can't wait to hear this story. Jim, welcome.
Thank you.
Jim, thanks for joining us today. Why does Regional Management support the AHA by participating in the Heart Walk?
Well, like a lot of companies over the last few years, we've really stepped up our focus on corporate social responsibility. And one aspect of that emphasis is finding the right way to both give back to our communities and engage our employees in worthy and impactful causes. And what's been especially cool for us as we got started is that our employees around the country have really jumped in with both feet to support the AHA. It's almost as if they were waiting, like eagerly waiting to be asked to get involved. We've all been inspired, in fact, by a number of stories, unsolicited stories, I might add, that our folks have shared in regards to their connection to the AHA and why they're so motivated to support the cause. These heart stories have helped us personalize the effort in a very real way. And one other nice benefit is that our participation has helped us connect with like-minded leaders across our region and helped us to further establish regional management as a responsible member of this community.
Speaking of jumping in with both feet, Jim, you've also committed to be the 2023 Heart Walk Chair for Greenville, South Carolina, extending your support of the Heart Walk to the overall citywide campaign. First, congratulations, and thank you for your leadership commitment. Regional management has locations across the country. How does your involvement with the Heart Walk bring your team closer together?
Well, thanks, and I'm nothing if not humbled to serve as the chair for the 2023 Greenville campaign. And your question's a good one, and that's been actually a significant positive outcome of our involvement. We have an interesting challenge, probably not unlike a lot of companies, but we have a core workforce here in our headquarters of a few hundred people, here in upstate South Carolina. But we also have 350 or so offices around the country that each have 3 to 5 people. So we're fairly spread out geographically, and especially as we work through, and hopefully start to put behind the challenges of the pandemic. Many of our folks are quite literally isolated. So the AHA campaigns, our annual campaigns, however, have given us a common rallying point and a sense of pride and accomplishment. And I think we've really found something. We've tapped into and ignited the passion to simply be a part of something bigger.
Yeah, appreciate that. Jim, your company's all in. Could you share just the multiple ways that regional management supports the American Heart Association?
I'd love to do that. So first at the corporate level, we've been a proud sponsor of the Upstate Heart Walk for the past 3 years, and I'm especially pleased to share that we served as the presenting sponsor for this past year, and we'll do so again next year. It was especially great to be the presenting sponsor as we finally got to walk together as a team with all of the other Heart Walk supporters, actually gather in person. That was nice. But secondly, we've backed our team members' fundraising efforts by matching their contributions with more than $70,000 in matching contributions over the past 3 years. And lastly, on a personal level, or a person hours level, we've had representation on the executive leadership team for the past 3 walks. And as you mentioned, I myself am looking forward to serving as its chairperson for next year's walk. So it's been really exciting to be able to grow our partnership, grow our engagement on so many different levels, and we look forward to continuing that in the years to come.
These campaigns have a lot of moving parts. Jim, what can you share about how you found success in running this campaign, and really what your employees enjoyed about it? What spoke to them?
Yeah, very good. We a lot of similarities to what Amanda said, as well as one of the tips in the video we just saw. But I'll start by saying that communications really front and center and key to our success. We put together a committee with representation from all walks of corporate life, so to speak, to create a plan that focused on participation and competition. And we created a communication plan to go along with that kind of overall campaign plan, with a timeline that we developed, both internally and with the help of the local AHA staff, and we stuck to it. So with the plans in place, we then, focused on execution. Our communications team sent weekly emails, not daily emails, but regular emails with, containing things like, tips on how to raise money, leaderboards as to who's, which team is outpacing each other, some fun health and wellness challenges, and a special focus on employees' personal heart stories each week that I alluded to earlier. And since we have so many employees, really across the country in so many different locations, our digital strategies were key to help us engage employees, not just the ones here in Greenville, but also, across the country. We also benefited, our campaigns have benefited from, very solid buy-in from the top, like the very top. So executive sponsorship is always key. And our CEO has been incredibly supportive and very visible in promoting the campaign. So overall, our team members have been, fully engaged, all in, as you said, matching gifts, executive buy-in, which included, by the way, incentives for paid time off, and an organized communications plan. Everything kind of works together to make it fun, as Tosh said, and impactful for the AHA.
Yeah, clearly a lot of thought and effort in building this. So many great tips and advice you've shared: communication, executive support, employee incentives that keep everyone not only energized, but inspired and informed. So while not every company on this call has the same fundraising goal, regional management took a unique, I would say, mission-centric approach when setting this year's goals. So could you tell us about your campaign theme this past year and how it helps you contribute to hitting your overall Heart Walk goal?
Sure. I'll start by talking a little bit about the umbrella, within which the our Heart Walk efforts operate. So prior to the 2020 Heart Walk, when we first got involved, we launched an internal brand for our community-focused efforts called Regional Reach. In fact, that Heart Walk was really the flagship component of launching Regional Reach, and it has remained, front and center as we've proceeded over the last 3 years. And having that unifying theme and that unifying call to action has helped folks get excited and get on board. So spin forward to this past year's campaign, the 2022 campaign, we collectively resolved to increase our fundraising goal from $80,000 to $90,000. So we created a bit of a superhero theme called the Mighty 90. We wanted everyone to act and think like a superhero. So kind of goofy, but also kind of fun and inspiring. And it gave us something to wrap around kind of all the communications. As part of that, we formed, teams, 13 teams, as we heard in the video and others have said, representing different parts of the company, and had some friendly competition designed first and foremost to motivate participation. And as we got down to crunch time, we reached out to our key business partners and vendors who came through like champs and helped our superheroes fly past our goal and raise just over $100,000. So all in all, it was great to hit our goal, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, again, the word impressive just keeps coming to mind. Amazing results and fantastic growth in your 2 years of support. So thank you. You and your team are incredible supporters, and we wish you the best of luck this year. Everything you shared is a great reminder that there are so many ways to bring the energy, motivation, and mission to your campaign. So thank you so much, and really appreciate your leadership. Today is all about helping you think ahead and see your path to success as you hear these best practice strategies. Some of you have walks in August and others in November. Our goal is to help you get a step ahead. Now we're going to talk about a new Heart Walk company planner to help you build and execute your plan. First, in the spirit of planning for success, we have a new Heart Walk company planner for you. This resource, which will be provided to you by your local staff partner, will help you pull together this year's plan with your local HA staff partner. And once your goal is set, you'll have the resources, tools, and strategies for success that you've heard from all of our friends at Raymond James and regional management today. Make sure to talk to your local staff partner after this call to set up a time to get your copy and walk through it and allow them to help you build your plan. In this planner, you'll build your game plan, have sample messages, ways to raise additional funds, and resources to help you be successful. You heard Tosh and Jim talk about a variety of ways they boost their revenue. We call these campaign boosters. Number one, business partner campaign. This engages your vendor business partners and invites them to join your team's campaign with a gift. You heard how both Raymond James and regional management enhance their fundraising efforts with this strategy. You already have a number of companies that rely on your business. Now is the perfect time to involve them in what is important to your company. Number 2, executives with heart. Here you're asking your company's executives to jumpstart your campaign and lead by example alongside your employees by raising at least $5,000. Number 3, top walkers. Our top walkers are those who raise $1,000 or more for their campaign. Each coach should strive to have at least one top walker on their team. Having a good recognition plan in place for these fundraising rock stars may be something as simple as a top walker lunch or a PTO reward. Really motivates these fundraisers and provides an incentive to help other walkers reach that top walker status. Number 4, life is why consumer. Are you a retail business? Some of our biggest HeartWalk supporters, including AT&T, Advance Auto Parts, and Kirkland's, extend their HeartWalk support by inviting their customers to make a donation at the register or through an online transaction. So many companies have found this to be a natural fit with their business and say their customers love the ability to be able to give back. Number 5, matching gifts. One easy way to jumpstart your fundraising is to offer a company match for donations that are raised when you jumpstart your walker recruitment on Rally Day, just like what you heard from regional management. We are also excited to announce the Coach jersey is back, but new this year will be a Coach Rewards Center. All coaches who are registered 12 weeks prior to your local event date will receive their very own 2022 official Coach jersey. They can wear it proudly as they set out to recruit their walkers and raise awareness for the campaign and our mission. We know from feedback our coaches like to be asked early, so they have time to plan, and coaches who register early raise an average of $500 more. They're going to register at some point. Why not do it on timeline and get this exclusive jersey? Coaches who are registered 12 weeks pre-event will be able to redeem the jersey in their HeartWalk headquarters, and it will be directly shipped to them. They will be able to redeem starting mid-June, so not far away. This is certainly something that your coaches will not want to miss, so make sure you're getting the word out before that 12-week citywide deadline. We are also excited to announce our new Coach Rewards Center, where your coaches have the opportunity to earn new exclusive coach gear like Coach branded ball caps and premium apparel when their team hits fundraising milestones, including the $1,000, $2,500, and $5,000. We want to thank our coaches for their leadership and recognize their efforts. Let's take a look at some of the newest gear available to your coaches this fall. I love it. That gear looks great, and thank you to our models for showing it all. Rounding out the coach experience is the National Coach Kickoff on August 3rd. You're going to want to write that down. The National Coach Kickoff on August 3rd. We hope you will join us and ensure all of your coaches at your company attend to hear from our top coaches for their tips and tricks to be successful, just like what you heard from your peers today. This will go a level deeper in motivating your teams throughout your campaign. Plus, you won't want to miss the HeartWalk Rewards Center fashion show, featuring our survivors and thrivers from across the country. If you enjoyed seeing our coach gear today, you will really get a kick out of the full show. Speaking of survivors and thrivers, we're going to take a moment to hear from two very special guests that remind us what really matters. Joining us from Los Angeles is Danielle Armstead and her daughter, Chandler. Thank you both for being with us today.
Hi.
I think a lot of people on the call will be surprised to learn that at just 4 years old, Chandler has had multiple heart surgeries. Unbelievable. Danielle, could you share a little bit about your family, what you've experienced with Chandler's heart journey?
Yes, so Chandler, at 4 months old, I was told when I went to just a routine checkup that, 4 months pregnant, that Chandler was going to have a heart defect. So initially they thought it would be Down syndrome, and it later to find out that she was diagnosed with tricuspid atresia. And we just went from there. So I had to meet with not only the OB, but the specialist. And so just multiple appointments that I would have.
Yeah, I can't imagine that sort of news early on in your pregnancy, just so frightening. I'm so glad that you were able to hold Chandler and be home with her for Christmas, I know, which was pretty magical. That must have been incredible and just so special to have had, those memories together, having gone from that scary news in the beginning all the way to a magical Christmas together. So can you tell us what you were going through from an emotional standpoint while all of this was happening with Chandler?
Well, since her birthday is in December, yes, she had her first surgery at 12 days old. And like you said, we were able to be home 2 days before Christmas, but emotionally, I have an older daughter who was at that time was 11, and trying to deal with, am I going to be able to be there for her when I don't know what I'm going to be dealing with this newborn baby that has a heart defect, and how will it affect my whole life, and will I be able to give her the attention she needs? And so it was very overwhelming, but through prayer and my family support, I was able to overcome it with a smile on my face.
Speaking of a smile on the face, we're all getting a smile on our faces right now with Chandler. She is born for camera. I'm so glad to have you on. Danielle, I know you were so incredibly thankful to the doctors and nurses who were able to so quickly determine what Chandler was experiencing. And what did the new technology available and care mean to your family?
As I said before, with my daughter that is now 15, none of this was possible. You didn't even have those check-ins that they had at that time. But now you can go to the doctor, and they can, with everything that the Heart Association has developed and research, all they have to do is do certain ultrasounds, and you can determine that they're going to have a heart defect that early on. So you're able to prepare as much as you can for what will come.
Yeah, knowing brings a lot of peace, even if it's scary news. Chandler, your mom shared with us that you love to dance and do gymnastics. What's your favorite thing about dancing?
Tapping.
You like the costumes?
Tap dance.
What about the music? You like the music too?
Yeah, to spin.
That sounds like a lot of fun, a whole lot of fun. Dressed up and dancing in a costume. What could be more fun than that? I can't think of anything.
My sister was cute with her dress up makeup.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's nice. Your big sister.
And I got candy.
And candy.
For Halloween.
That's the best. That's the best. Thank you, Chandler and Mom. Dancing makes our hearts happy, and we can tell by your smiles how much you love to dance.
And I did have one more thing. I just want to say that Chandler did just have her last surgery 2 months ago. You couldn't tell. So she's obviously doing very well.
That's wonderful. And we're so glad to hear that. Maybe just imparting thoughts, could you share with us how you got involved with the AHA and how that has helped your family, just being a part of the Heart Association?
So I got involved through Optum, the company that I work for. And ever since, the doctors had to, they always have to give you the worst case scenario of what will happen. And, they said she might be delayed. She might not develop fully until her last surgery. But as you can see, she is overwhelmingly charismatic, smart, funny. And so I just wanted to be able to give back and give families a hope of that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and just thank the American Heart Association in any way that we can by contributing to share our story with other families.
A bright and beautiful little girl. I'm so thankful she's doing so well. Danielle and Chandler, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We loved having you join us today. And you tell Chandler, I hope she never stops following her heart.
I will. Thank you.
Now it's time for another round of advice from your fellow executive champions and company leaders. Let's take a listen.
Hi, I'm Dana Thacker with Cardinal Health. Our team, Walker Texas Ranger, has supported the Heart Association since 2011. My suggestion is to brainstorm with your team members, come up with events that you can make fun, make a little bit of money, and stick with what works.
Hi, my name is John Ireland and I'm with AT&T. Well, with regards to the Heart Walk and fundraising and recruiting, I would tell you the number one thing is to communicate your message with passion and communicate that message consistently and frequently. Invite as many people as you possibly can to participate, to become a coach, build their own team, and fundraise themselves. Don't be scared to ask a person once, twice, third time's the charm generally.
Things that I've found to be successful are to make it personal, make it fun, and to secure support from a broad range of senior leaders. We make it personal by sharing stories of those we know and love who are affected by heart disease. We make it fun by having people sign up for pies in the face, shaved heads, perms, when we reach certain milestone fundraising totals. And we secure the support of senior leaders, including our CFO, business line presidents, and regional presidents, who also sign up for these milestones. Over the past 3 years, this has become quite an event, and we find more people each year asking to sign up, and we also see the fundraising totals increase.
Hey, what time of year is it?
NBA Finals time.
And?
American Heart Walk Association.
And what does that mean? That's right, boys. Did you want one?
Please don't get up.
Thank you.
That's dedication. Thank you to all of our executive champions and company leaders who shared their wisdom and expertise. We're in the home stretch now, and before you know it, Walk will be here. As we wrap up today, remember that what you heard from our speakers. Build your plans now and work with your AHA staff partner to set your goal if you haven't already. Both Raymond James and regional management said doing this early not only made things easier, but was a big part of their campaign success. Then don't forget to recruit your coaches and get them registered 12 weeks before your walk date so that they can receive their official coach jersey, and make sure they join us on August 3rd. The AHA mission is more relevant than ever, and our work is so critical. Your support of the Heart Walk goes a long way in helping families like Danielle and Chandler that have been touched by heart disease and stroke. From the bottom of our hearts, we are grateful that you have chosen to walk alongside us to support the AHA's work that is helping everyone, everywhere, live longer, healthier lives. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting the Heart Walk. And thank you for sharing your enthusiasm so others can be supported and inspired by your success. Together, we are the heart that keeps the American Heart Association beating. Thank you.